Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and today we are looking at the finale 4 of the House of X issue 5, and I love this cover of Nimrod with a Cyclops skull, pretty much telling us how this all ends. Apologies, I seem to have got my camera in the wrong position, so let's get a little bit better, otherwise you were just going to see part of a stand, which, that's not what you're here to see. So I just want you to remember, every time the X-Men have gone for a full frontal attack with Nimrod, bear in mind it's not been on this scale. They have failed every time. The AI has counted them lots of times and adjusted, measured, and grown. Our story begins with Status talking to Feeling about mutants uprising, etc. So when the mutants uprose, they had an orbit in space to start their attack. However, Nimrod has cast the humans aside, as the end goal was for AIs to be on top. And we can see there the space station currently with a sword through it, so to speak. So the AI is in multiple areas. It's in Sentinel City, it's in New York, and it's in Washington, D.C. We also get Magneto returning to the forefront, etc. And Nimrod can't understand why the mutants think they can win. This is written by Gerry Duggan, Lucas Wernick, and Stefano Cassell is on the art. Brian Valenza is on the letters, on the color art, sorry. VC's Travis Lanham on the letters, Tom Muller and Jay Bowen on design. We got a big cast here, and we got a big spill here, which is great. So, Nimrod has smacked Colossus in space, so Cyclops tells Nightcrawler to go teleport out. But also before that, Nightcrawler has sabotaged as much of Sentinel City, and they cannot seem to. The AIs are not going to be able to repair it, etc. So Cyclops calls out Nimrod, etc. So meanwhile, Karima is attacked by Rogue, and Karima says, "We gotta deal with Xavier so you can live your little lives on your stupid island. Why are you so dense that you can't just take that, Give me a message and I'll pass it on to him before I kill you." And Psylocke comes in with her Psyblade, or Kawan, sorry, not Psylocke, got that the wrong way round. And rather than killing her, it's actually done what it usually does, lobotomized her. I said that completely wrong, by the way. And so she says, "Oh, don't kill her. A human brain is back." And as you can imagine, she's in a lot of pain and regret, etc. So it looks like the tide's turned. However, Nimrod deliberately knocked Colossus into space so Nightcrawler could stop sabotaging the ship. And that leaves, in all his calculations, there was one X-Man that seemed to last out them and be there at the end. And as you can imagine, that X-Man is Cyclops. So in this version of Nimrod's multiple scenarios, he wants to kill Cyclops first. And it's because Cyclops won't let him kill the X-Men, but he has enough power to crack the armor, and it's all about heart. This belief that they will win. And he's speaking across mobile things, and then Cyclops says, "No, you're not gonna kill me. She won't let you." And he thinks, "What? You're talking about your dead wife again?" He's like, "No, allow me to introduce you to Storm, who comes in flying. There will be no more death Nimrod's calculations are wrong. And in the statement, it says that's the most humanity thing that could ever happen to Nimrod to get that. And, I like this bit where she says, "Oh, bro, I've missed you." And, that family element is still there with these X-Men. Because if we think about the Krakoa era, they've not always been together. They've all done different things in the society, and in some ways become separated from the core X-Men teams that we once knew. So Storm's power is gives Magneto and Polaris a way to create to think about creating a magnetic field in there. So one's positive, one's negative. I'm not good at science, so I'm not going to pretend to understand how this works. So Storm and Cyclops gave Nimrod one last chance. And even Karima shouts out, "We don't have to do this." And Monet says, "To all points, the station's orbit is decaying. It is a trap to continue the fight." So, and that's where, if they stop fighting now, they lose the war. So they realize Nimrod's not going to give in, and they go for it, etc. Synx also uses Storm's abilities to do the same thing on Earth. And all these things create a magnetic field that I believe, I could be completely wrong, destroys all the Nimrods at once, because in mobile areas, Nimrod can just reroute and then move on to another body, so to speak. That's the way that I've understood that. So I could be completely off the bat. Tell me if I'm off the bat so that I can actually understand what I've just read. Like I said, science is not my thing. So they're all sort of recovering from this moment, etc. They want to know what's going on with Karima. So Cyclops explains Kawan's thing. It takes him all a little while to understand this, and Logan's not so sure. And then Manifold comes in and does one last thing, which is takes them out, but also I think removes the station to save them, etc. And then we've got the new series coming up, the Uncanny X-Men, and Exceptional X-Men. I thought it was Essential X-Men for some reason. Don't ask me why I got that completely wrong. So From the Ashes begins in the summer, and I will be... I'm going to get all three of those. That's going to be my new thing. I've, lost two. I'm going to gain one. So Xavier in the background is quite generally happy. And he never doubted Scott would do that. And he is hiding from everybody. He's not ready for everybody to know the truth. And his game is not over, which I find, I'll be honest with you, I find this bit a bit odd, because does this mean Xavier was always a bad guy? Because Hellfire Gala, that wasn't his fault. He did those things to save humanity. So, and not everybody knows that. So is that the truth he wants to come out? Or is there, we've got that final issue to come up. So, maybe we'll find out how the Xavier story ends there. Or maybe that's in X-Men 35. I'm not entirely sure, because Emma Frost is meant to be tackling the Xavier issue. So meanwhile, they are saved by Manifold's older brother, and they sit outside of time, and the X-Men are told about Enigma, and apparently he had a say in forming the planet Arico, so, which is interesting. So he says the universe is on the principle, Scott Summers, it is your heart that could tip the scales away from death. Cyclops' heart. So, which is really nice. So they're back on Earth. Krakoa is, wounded in a bad way. And Apocalypse believes that they can assist with their rebirth. Cyclops just needs a minute to gather their thoughts, and he reaches out to Jean in his mind, saying that their old enemy, Nathaniel Essex, is there threatening to end it all, and only his heart can survive it. Except he gave his heart to Jean. So it all makes sort of perfect sense if you think about that. Jean is where his heart is. So, and we know that Jean's back anyway, because there's a new series coming out. So she can't reply, but he says, "Come back and bring the fire." And it says, next up, Rise Powers of House of X and Uncanny X-Men 700. That's X-Men issue 35. And this is, you got Wolverine, and then Krakoa is finished. Just like that. Wow. I enjoyed this issue. There, it was exactly what an event should be. Big finale battle. And it was great. It was really great. So looking forward to reading those last few issues before we move on to whatever the new series will be. So anyway, I hope you like my video. If you do, please support my channel by subscribing. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Thank you to everybody that is subscribed to my channel already. As always, please look after yourself and embrace geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.